What if the giants never died? They might be living inside you right now. Buckle up, true seekers, because what if the monsters from your nightmares aren't extinct? What if their blood pulses in your veins, whispering rebellion with every heartbeat? Tonight, on Secret Origins, we crack open the forbidden vault of history. Giants walked the earth. They were hunted, drowned, erased, but they came back. And the proof? It's buried deeper than you think. Welcome to the shadows. Let's dive. It all ignited in 1911, deep in the dusty caves of Lovelock, Nevada. Guano miners, yeah, those bat poop diggers, stumbled into Hell's attic. Baskets, tools, ancient relics. And then bones, massive, towering, skulls grinning with strands of fiery red hair still attached. Newspapers exploded. Giants unearthed. 9-feet-tall behemoths from a lost age. One skeleton, over 10 feet. Sandals the size of snowshoes. The world gasped. Museums scrambled. But poof, like smoke in the wind, they vanished. Shipped to the Smithsonian? Locked in vaults? Or silenced by powers that fear to rewrite reality? This wasn't a one-off freak show. Mounds in Ohio. Valleys in the Rockies. Giant graves photographed, cataloged, then scrubbed from the record. Why? Because if giants were real, so is everything they touched. And that trail, it slithers straight back to the dawn of sin, to angels who lusted, to hybrids who raged, to a God who flooded the world, but maybe missed a few, flashed to the cradle of chaos. The Bible. Genesis 6 drops the bomb. Humanity's booming, daughters blooming like forbidden fruit. Enter the sons of God. Fallen angels, rebels with wings clipped by desire. They spot the human girls. Irresistible. They marry. They mate. And boom, the Nephilim explode onto the scene. Heroes of old, men of renown. But don't romanticize it. These weren't Cape Crusaders. They were monsters. Towering titans, wicked as wildfires, born from spirit fire and mortal clay. Unholy hybrids corrupting the planet. Sodom's sins, Gomorrah's blaze, just a spark. The Nephilim, the inferno. God sees the rot. His verdict? Wipe it clean. Cue the ultimate reset. Genesis 6 verse 17. Floodwaters on the earth, to destroy all life under the heavens. Everything perishes. Noah gets the blueprint. Hammer hits wood. The ark rises like a wooden fortress against Armageddon. Rain hammers down. Oceans swallow civilizations. Only 8 souls bob on the waves. Noah, his wife, 3 sons, Shem, Ham, Japheth, and their mystery brides. The brides, nameless. Lineage, zilch. Origins, a black hole. But here's the gut punch. What if one or all carried the poison? Diluted Nephilim DNA, smuggled aboard like contraband genes? Rabbinic whispers finger Ham's wife as a descendant of those angel-human flings. Not a full giant, but a carrier, a ticking bomb. The flood drowns a world, but reboots the curse. Centuries later, proof struts into the spotlight. Goliath, Philistine powerhouse, mocking Israel's armies like ants under his boot. Bible specs? 6 cubits in a span. Math it out. 9 feet 9 inches of nightmare fuel. Helmet like a hubcap. Spear like a weaver's beam. David slings a stone, topples a titan. But the question lingers like flood mud. How? The deluge was total. Nephilim? Supposedly extinct. Yet here he looms, post-flood freak. Coincidence? Or did the ark's loophole leak? Genetic dilution. Traits don't die easy. They simmer. They surge. Tall freaks. Superhuman strength. Dark urges bubbling up. The flood didn't end the Nephilim. It seeded them. But the plot thickens in Genesis 9. Noah, wine-drunk and vulnerable. Ham peaks. Spills the tea to his brothers. Noah wakes raging, not at the peep show, but at the stain. He unleashes on Canaan, Ham's boy. Cursed, lowest slave to your kin. Harsh for a glance, right? Dig deeper, it's blood guilt. Contaminated lineage. Fast forward. Canaan's crew? Giant factories. Anakim. Rephaim. Tribes of colossi stomping Ham's turf. Moses dispatches spies to Canaan. Their intel? Pure terror. Numbers 13. We can't attack. They're stronger. The land devours men. We saw the Nephilim there, Anak spawn. We felt like grasshoppers, and so did they to us. Nephilim, post-flood, in Ham's backyard. The curse? No fluke. It was a prophecy. Dormant DNA detonated. Giants reborn on cursed soil. Blasphemy alert. Noah was perfect in his generations. Pure blood, top to bottom. God fumed at the angel-human hookups. Book of Enoch cranks the fury. Archangel Michael chains the watchers, those lusty fallen ones, for 70 generations in earth's bowels. Bind them till judgment day. No mercy, no survivors. So why the giants' encore? Theory 1 flops if the ark was spotless. Enter the shocker. They never left. A second wave crashed the party. Behold the second incursion hypothesis. Enoch and Jubilee spill the tea. The watchers weren't all netted. Some slipped the noose, turned on each other in bloodbaths, but others? Fresh rebels. Post-flood drop-ins. Angels 2.0, eyeing earth gals anew. Corrupting creation with forbidden fire. It fits the frenzy. Nephilim 2.0 in Canaan. Grasshopper spies quaking. Rephaim rampaging. Emim, Zamzumim, giant galore. Echoes ripple global. Mesopotamia's Apkallu. God-man sages post-flood, dropping wisdom bombs and hybrid babies. Enki the trickster, flood survivor, knowledge smuggler. Hindu floods, Tibetan resets. Every culture screams a pattern. Deluge. Then return. But the snag? Enoch's abyss lockup. How'd they bust out? Rogue underlings? Satan recruiting round 2? The math adds up. Recreation, not resurrection. If that's too tidy, strap in for the abyss theory. Underground exile. Flood rising? Nephilim dive deep. Caves. Tunnels hollow earth hideouts. Legends swarm. Tibet Shambhala. Himalayan underworld of colossal kings. Agartha's 19th century fever dream. Subterranean superhumans. Wise and wicked. Flood-proof bunkers. And Lovelock? Ground zero. 1911 miners unearth evidence. 9-footers with red locks. 1931 lakebed leviathans. 8 to 10 feet. Giant duck-hunting ducks? No, artifacts screaming other. Humboldt Museum hoards a loot. Then ghosts it. Smithsonian shrugs. Never had 'em. DNA on red mummy kin? Just tall locals. Hoax? Hype? Or elite erasure? One confirmed Colossus craters Darwin, Genesis, everything. Power plays hardball, bury the bones, but whispers echo. Cultures know. Underground empires pulse. Giants didn't drown, they dug in. Creepier still. What if they weren't flesh to drown? Radical reboot, Nephilim as spirits. Enoch hints, bodies trashed, souls slashed free. Restless demons, demon-haunted winds. Not genes, ghosts. Possession pros, infiltrate bloodlines. Hijack hosts, craving control. Charisma on steroids. Cruelty coded in. Sumerian scrolls banish him. Christian rites repel him. UFO abductions? Same playbook. Invisible invaders, puppeteering power. No floodproof ark needed. Spirits swim. Or peel deeper. Genetic ghosts. Epigenetics whispers. We inherit echoes. Trauma tattoos. Instincts imprint. Nephilim urges. Domination drive. God wannabe fever. Wired into our wetware. Explains our giant obsessions. Transhuman dreams. Power grabs. They're not out there. They're in here. In our hungers. Our rebellions. Myths? Mirrors. Mainstream? Snorts it off. Pseudoscience fairy dust. No peer-reviewed poltergeists. No spirit DNA scans. But faiths and fringes? They feel it. Ancestral hexes. Bloodline banshees. Legends laugh at labs. Enduring, evolving, everywhere. So what's your poison? Ark-smuggled seeds? Angel Encore? Cave crawlers? Spectral squatters? Or mind meld malware? The Nephilim didn't die. They adapted. Change form, slip the noose. And now, they might be you, staring back from the mirror, thirsting for more. What it's hardest for you, drop it in the comments. Underground Army or Spirit Squad. Smash that like if your blood just chilled. Next up, the Watcher's full confession. It connects the dots. Minds open, eyes wide. See you in the secrets. Whoa, legend. Did that just rewrite your reality? If your inner giant just woke up roaring, hit that subscribe button like it's Goliath's forehead. Share this with your crew before the shadows swallow it whole. Your thoughts? Your theories? Flood the comments. We're building an empire of the unexplained down there. Thanks for riding the wild waves of Secret Origins with us. You're not just viewers. You're the vanguard, the vein-deep descendants of divine rebels. Stay savage. Stay searching, and remember, the truth isn't out there. It's echoing in you. Until the next abyss calls. Peace out, Nephilim hunters.